So I got the mount bar from 3BarD. It's a very good quality. Well, it's not cheap either. This is the smaller pieces that came with it. Okay. Okay. Aftermarket safe is provided. Okay, these are the longer pins for. So first of all, let's prove it's safe. Feeding path is clear. There's no round. Okay, good. So yeah, so I think the first thing first is to remove the safety. This plate, it's like the locking plate for the pins, okay? And there's a tab, actually serves as a spring for your safe, okay? So what you need to do is use your finger to press this, and then use the punch to push the safe out. Okay, that's how you get it. Okay. All right. So now what we need to do is to release the hammer. So basically, you have to use your thumb to press the face of the hammer, and then press your trigger. Oh, no way. Okay. Okay. Now what we need to do is try to lift this locking plate. Okay. Okay. This is the plate. To remove first, I think I will remove this. Okay. Okay. So okay, right, and the trigger. Still hold the trigger because there's a spring, right? Okay. Okay. Right. The piece. Okay, so that's basically it. Yeah, now it's clean. So some people suggested that you should apply some kind of lubricant. But in the meantime, I feel it's really necessary to keep it dry, because if you apply lubricant, they tend to attract more dust or other stuff to build up gunk. So that's I will leave it dry. Now it's time for us to put back the trigger. So for now, I will remove the thicker shim, right? And that's what and also remove the thick shim from this hammer pin as well. Okay. Now let's put back the trigger group. So make sure that this how to call the leg, or this spring leg is resting on the in front of the trigger rod instead of the other way. Okay, which is not right. Okay, so both the legs are resting in front of towards the forward of the trunnion. Okay, Now let's put on the insert the pin. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. You have to wiggle around. Now we install the hammer. All right. So you want to make sure that this loop is resting. Okay. This loop in this middle part is resting on this the back side of this hammer, the neck, okay, of the hammer, and then it should be resting, you know, on the bottom of the trunnion like this way, okay, and the face should of course face forward. The two legs will be resting backward, okay. You have to squeeze the two sides. Okay. This is a little tricky, actually. And it's not as easy. I think I will use the punch, try to reach it. And I think this is the trickiest part. And see my struggle. And that is tricky. It has two legs, right? And it's really hard for you to push both sides backward at the same time. And that is the hardest part I found. Okay, from the manufacturer's video, you don't really see this struggle. And I don't remember. I don't recall he mentioned it. But anyways, yeah, finally I got it. Okay, it's not really that cooperative, and oops, sorry guys, I don't wanna, no, come on, okay, so you have to use your finger to hold it firmly, okay, in the meantime you have to make sure you find, yeah, okay, good. Line up the holes. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay, works, right? And let's see whether it will lock. Okay, it locks. So now the trigger group and the hammer are engaged. Press the trigger, the hammer will be released. Awesome. I guess now it's time to put on the plate. Okay, this plate. So make sure these two grooves on the plate will engage in the grooves on the two pins. Okay, let me pick up the original pins. You see, there's a groove on this original pin, and for the new pins we just installed, they have the same grooves, right? So you want to make sure the these two grooves on the two pieces are engaged. Sorry for my cat here. Okay, so that Once they are engaged, this locking plate, well, I name it locking plate. It doesn't really have an official name. I don't know. And then it will hold the pin so that the pin will not, travel, horizontally. So the pins are safely locked in place and you will not lose them. Okay, now that is how it works. Now we play. Okay, yeah, you see the spring. So maybe the spring will be in the way. So in the meantime, you have to make sure that I use my light. No, not really locked in. So you have to make sure it's in the right position, otherwise no, it's not really. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Okay. Okay, somehow the one comes with the 3-bar D kit is very easy, is easier to install. Next step would be put on the 3-bar D mount. Okay, so it should be in this way. Okay, this is I think the tricky part, because this bar has the threads, so you cannot really push it all the way to the receiver. So you have to look at your wheeler fat wrench. Okay, according to the manufacturer, the torque should be 35, no more than 40. Okay, I ended up with I think it's around 32 the torque instead of 35, because I found that if I use 35, the receiver, the right side of the receiver will kind of bend because of the force. Okay, visually you can see that. So I reduced the torque to 32. Now it looks okay. Okay, one hand hold this bar and rotate the trigger first to make sure the threads engage. Okay, then the other part. Okay, now it's being held. Okay, now basically you want to make sure that you don't want to screw tighten one and then move to the next one, because that will not work. That might damage your part. So half round, half round. Okay, half round, half. So move back and forth. So you wanna check that the distance between the bar and the receiver is even, well controlled. Yeah, so now I installed the 3-bar dissembly, which works perfectly. But again, the problem is you cannot rotate it all the way to the back. Otherwise, you might kind of derail your spring tap. Okay, that is very easy. But if you want to further do it, it will be stiffer, right? This is very convenient. But if you want to further push it backward, you will feel much resistance. But you can, if you use a lot of force, you can still do it. And then the risk is without the spring tap, there's no restriction that prevents the rain. If you flip it all the way to the back, then the spring tap will be out of the groove, so that there will be no restriction that prevents the pin from moving sideways. Now it works. Now what I'm going to do is install the receiver, the bolt carrier, and so let me first check whether okay, hammer is released, safety does definitely work. Okay, good, awesome. So safety works. Okay, now we install the carrier, the carrier, the bolt carrier. Awesome. Recoil spring. Press it all the way. Okay. The dust cover. So this is the 3-bar D bar installed. I think it looks cool. Okay, it looks very cool. And I got this a side mount Picatinny rail, or it's Weaver, from Amazon. Okay, mount it as, and then tighten it. Okay, this is how it looks. Looks good, but I don't recommend this product. You see, the rail is not really level. I don't recommend this very model of mount. This lever is made of very soft metal. Okay, you don't want to. It's only good for air guns, I think. Okay, very poor quality. Okay.